Так, внезапное включение перед следующей серией, скорее всего. Такой пролог. Ко мне в дом залез какой-то придурок и хочет дать мне звездюлей. К счастью, у меня есть все шансы наказать его за этот проступок.
Сдавайся, и может я
Чё ты делаешь? Чё это у него за оружие, алло? Пистолетик. Можно немножко подучить зачарование. А мы переходим к основному видео. Еще какой-то, видимо, важный чел. Перед тем, как я начну основное видео.
покажи мне, что ты умеешь. Я тебе голову сниму. Твой бой уже проигран.
Блин, шлем снес. Лежать.
Вот, я сдаюсь, я сдаюсь.
Ясно, видимо, он типа просто из какого-то мода этой вашей этого вашего Creation Club. Доброго времени
Снова
суток,
пауза.
дорогие зрители моего канала. Меня зовут Веритас, мы продолжаем играться в Skyrim. И вы прикиньте, это все еще не продолжение основной сюжетной линии. Прежде чем ее начать, я хочу взять одну спутницу, которая нам будет комментировать многие прикольные вещи. Но в следующей серии я обязательно продолжу. Мы обязательно пойдем к седобородам в следующей серии. Вот клянусь. Так. Первый раз. Второй, два. Секундочку. Ага. Так. О нет, что же мне теперь делать? Мне так больно, помогите.
Что это было? Сюда! Я покончу с твоей презренной
Вот это, кстати, сейчас было неприятно. Чё ты такой жесткий? Почему ты... Что происходит? Блин. Вот ты скотина и попался. Терпит он, кстати, довольно-таки неплохо. Надо признать. Блин. Это, знаете, довольно унизительно, когда ты проходишь тот же Гринмарил с кучей боссов, и тебя в итоге гасит какой-то чел в рандомном подземелье. Ну давай. Некромант-мастер. Стой, почему на той штуке... Почему на нем нет одежды? Секунду, что?
Ты у меня сгоришь!
Блин. Я думаю, это будет проще.
Тут кто-то есть? Ты у меня сгоришь!
Где ушлепок? Вот он.
Я покончу с твоими презренными.
Так, кровь кончилась, обидно. Выкуси сволота. Так, сволоты развалились. Замечательно. Что у тебя есть? Камень душ. Искательский нож. Ой, прикольно, заберу. Но не думаю, что это мне сильно пригодится. Так, потом к ней вернемся. Книга Даэдра. Вот тут у нас какой-то учебничек. Это мне еще пригодится.
mind keeping that closed? Why, yes, it's quite comfortable in here. But when it's open, there's a bit of a draft. How are you now? I wasn't aware I needed rescuing. No, but okay, I suppose you'll do.
Ну да, ты же просто в гостях тут по приколу.
Ah, that's the word, isn't it? A dashing prince for me to swoon over. Wouldn't that be heavenly? Or could it be I prefer men less dashing? Less they dash off to the next girl.
Стало быть, вон с тем чуваком у меня только что были агрессивные переговоры.
Maybe. I'd grown quite fond of it. The iron bars, the pattern of squares, and... well, I guess that's it. But I do like squares. My name is Zora Fairchild, although it was never meant to be ironic. I was once very much a child, and very much fair. So fair, in fact, that the divine saw it fit to punish me with the smart and unviable face. It's always easier to blame the gods for such things, isn't it?
О, кстати, новые варианты добавили.
Why do you know? Be wary not to lead a girl on. White lights are a dangerous toy. Ooh, no, necromancers tend to disapprove of having their specimens damaged. I should know. This is the 11th necromancer who's enslaved me, and all 11 have been as delicate as a lord is with his finest furs. It makes me so sad to disappoint him so. I think this last one was quite excited with his find until he brushed back my hair. I've seen that look on more than enough men to recognize it. Oh, I am. I do enjoy it. There is never a shortage of wizards who like to use this pass as their lair, nor a shortage of heroes who travel through it. I was on my way north to the icy tundra. It's quite vast, quite icy, and extremely dull, which is precisely why I visit it. Some people look at a blank portrait and see only emptiness. I see an opportunity to paint. Imagine a vast field of pure white, soft as a pillow wrapped in a cloud. From a distance, you might think it's snow. Yet, when you come to the lip of its feathery shore and run your fingers through crowns of ivory, you'll know you have arrived in Whiterun. Home of Tamriel's most beautiful and profitable tundra cotton field, Zora's Field, as it's known to the locals. I certainly hope so. It is called tundra cotton, otherwise they should have changed the name. Well, handsome but not cute, funny but not mean, tender but not soft, strong but not violent, caring but not servile. I could go on and on. I want a man who's aggressive but not impatient, creative but not obsessed, and most of all confident but not arrogant. The best I ever knew was 4 of those things, but he failed the arrogance test. He didn't just cross the border between confidence and arrogance. He rode through on a gilded carriage pulled by frenzied mammoths. It's not just for show. Although the necromancers seem to think so. Nobody takes me seriously. But when my weapon of choice was an amulet of Mara, then the boys were quite certain of my intentions, even if that was just for show. It took some time to get a hang of it. My body did pay quite a price for my lessons. I have more scars than skin now, I'm afraid. Yet you'll find I'm a capable fighter, and if it's adventure you're seek, my lord, I am but your humble servant. The fury to your Holgeir, the Aidwer to your Barenzaya, the house girl to your Jarl. Then you're an actual lord, or a thane as it were. Here I was half mocking you, hero, and instead I only mock myself. You have my steel.
Ну чё, пошли. Надеюсь, как в прошлый раз не получится, что она будет убегать куда-то далеко-далеко, а потом приходить в самый неожиданный момент. У меня просто был прикол, когда я в прошлый раз Skyrim проходил. Я тусил в Хладной Гавани по квесту дозорного. Она, короче, совершенно внезапно просто взяла такая и появилась. Хотя я ее взял, и нас свалила. Это типа такой кек был неожиданный. Ой, смотрите, скелет поднялся. Сейчас надо будет сгонять в Ривервуд и активировать там ее квест.
There's a cave up here. Maybe we should check it out. Does the stone look different at all to you? Yes, I bet Sigrid is still hectoring Calvor like a pet dog. And speaking of which, it's good to see Stump is still alive too. I forget how he got his name. I think it's because he's always curled about like a stump. Just one. When I was little, I often went out into the woods to collect flowers. It was there that I found the dirtiest, most flea-ridden mongrel in all of Skyrim. He was also very adorable. The way his fur hung over his tender grey eyes, I called him Sir Cuddles, and I was in love. My mother was furious. Yet my father had a soft spot for his girls, so he tried to find a practical reason for why Cuddles couldn't stay. He pointed to how sick the dog was and how dangerous diseases were in the wild. I cried all night, burying my face in my hands. I never even noticed that my sister was gone. It was hours before dawn when the door creaked open, and I saw my sister with a healthy Sir Cuddles trundling on behind her. She spent last of her savings on a hawk feather and a charred skiver hide, and even brewed the potion herself. Silly me, my instincts were to hug the dog. But looking back, it's the memory of my sister's compassion that I truly covet. The scars came from adventuring. Most of them are barely visible, thanks to the one. From a distance, it may appear to be a dash of paint, a girl's attempt to look menacing. Upon closer inspection, you'll see it's a mark of a burn. When I was a flowering young maiden, I once had many suitors. Men would travel great distances to see the diamond of Riverwood. My sister, on the other hand, had no suitors to speak of. She was far more talented than I, a mage worthy of studying at the College of Winterhold. What she was not, unfortunately, was pretty. We'd fight often, about the smallest of things. Although they were never really about who was supposed to wash the clothes or sweep the floor. It was always about her envy and my lack of compassion. Eventually, one argument got rough. The hand she struck me with was cloaked in fire. Ooh, my hero is sympathetic. How charming. The poor one was my sister, and now we both live in poverty.
Утро добрая, жена.
Привет, муж. Ты поздно встал.
Now,
Вчера опять поздно вернулся из
not
спящего
the-
великана.
oh no, I was sufficiently
Тебя, наверное, не было,
devastated.
когда я проснулся.
My
Пора
beauty was
за
all
работу.
they had,
Нужно починить еще
It
одно
defined
полотно
me.
для Герды.
but it was the
Удачи, муж.
ugliness that hurts the most. The way people, not just men,
Но женщины и дети тоже.
always with that cringe. They all do it. Even the polite ones can't help themselves, no matter how hard they try to disguise it. When you're beautiful, every word is met with a smile. When it's gone, the whole world is shrouded in darkness. I couldn't loathe my sister for what she did. Not now that I know her pain. Remember, a good leader is brave but
Так,
not
стоп, а
reckless,
чё?
firm but not rigid. Now, the way people, not just
Дайте
men,
мне квест, пожалуйста.
always with that cringe. They all do it. Even the polite ones can't help themselves, no matter how hard they try to disguise it. When you're beautiful, every word is met with a smile. When it's gone, the whole world is shrouded in darkness. I couldn't loathe my sister for what she did. Not now that I know her pain. I'm right here.
Так. Может, где-то есть внизу.
You go, I'll follow.
Может, в таверну зайти надо.
Заходи, мы как раз подложили дров. Присаживайся и согрейся.
So what now?
Да блин.
Right behind you.
Секунду.
Not a problem.
Готово.
Okay,
Так.
alright. Yes? Well,
Нашли.
my sister doesn't come to Riverwood very often.
Если решишь
But she
что-нибудь
sends a
купить,
letter
я
every
с
now and
радостью
then,
помогу.
just to let me know she's alive. She can take care of herself, but that does not mean I don't worry. Oh,
Вижу,
I
ты
think she was
частенько бываешь
around.
в лесах.
She can't
Не
really live in a
сомневайся,
city.
мы
She's
удовлетворим
kind of a
любые
witch.
потребности охотника.
Barkeep.
Yes.
That
What
is
can I
hard
get
to
you?
say.
Pour
I guess
me
she's
an ale.
always been a bit different
Woman,
and good
you'll
with
be the
magic.
death of me yet.
I don't want to say she was born a witch, but at the very least, she's not your typical mage.
Если ищешь снаряжение для охоты, то ты в нужном месте.
2 years free? I'm very poor with time, especially when I'm adventuring with my favorite companion. As for her last letter, well, that has also been a very long
Мы
time.
продаем луки,
Too long,
стрелы и
which
эль.
makes me
Прямо
worry.
скажем, убойная
We should stop
комбинация.
by the Sleeping Giant Inn. Maybe someone has heard something.
Эй. О, вот, наконец-то. Квест начался. Погнали. Как же долго мы пытались его взять. Итак. Сейчас будет сцена. Смотрим.
Ognar, have you heard anything about Jocelyn?
Yeah, I've seen your sister walking out the door.
Really? You know she doesn't like to be seen in Riverwood. Why did she come?
Don't know, but some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter. Rogue wizards down in Falkreath.
Do you think they found her? I'm starting to get worried.
Worry about yourself.
This is grave news, my hero. Bounty hunters will not spare a known witch. If my sister has fled to Falkreath, she might try to cross the
Это
border.
ода в честь несгибаемых защитников Скайрима, имперцев. За юность мы пьем, прошлым дням наш почет. Скоро век произвола совсем истечет.
Yes, but she's not the type to join a coven and force sales to return more than a match for one witch. We must hurry to Falkreath. I want to check the barracks. If by chance she was caught and yielded, we might be able to save her.
Заходи, заходи! У нас теплая еда.
Тем временем наемники, которые наказывали меня некоторое время назад. Так, давайте все-таки включим маркеры. Не обращайте на меня внимания, я тут просто мимо проходил. Шалом, товарищ. По какому поводу сидим?
A visitor! Always good to see a new face. Don't mind me though. Just think of me as dust on the wall. So I am, my lord. But I'm still dust. The gods ignore me, and the flies pay no heed. So why should you? Would you believe me if I said I was framed? I guess it wouldn't matter much if you did, unless you're the new captain of the guard. No, I'm just your average horse thief. I suppose my presence here is proof that, I ain't a good one. I thank you, my lord, but my name's been run through enough mud that even the flies won't touch it.
Да, да, все не так плохо.
Sure thing, my lord. The name's Lyric. I used to be a stable hand up at the old Ashwood farm in Helgen. It wasn't an easy life. The servants used to joke that old Lady Ashwood could teach the military a few things about torture. That's why, when I came of age, I took what little money I had left and bought myself a sword. I guess you could call it that. I'd say I was a stable hand with an overgrown butter knife. When that didn't work, I came crying back to Lady Ashwood, but the old lady was dead. But I was going to work that stable, one way or the other. Turns out, it was the other. Mum wished for me to become a bard, my lord, although she never learned how to spell. But it turns out it takes more than a name to make a man. My fingers were made for holding a brush rather than a lute, and my arms were better for stabbing with a pitchfork than pounding a drum. But, like a bard, I have been known to tell the guards and prisoners a story or two to help pass the time. It's the least I can do since you took the time to visit. What shall it be then? Yes, my lord. We all know the tale of the Headless Horseman. Many have even seen it riding through Falkreath. But, do you know the tale of the Horseless Headsman, the executioner of Helgen? He would often boast about how the gods gave him 2 feet, and only cowards relied on 4. But the truth is, he didn't know how to ride, and everyone knew it. So one night, he stepped outside the walls and woke the lowly stable hand. The stable hand was happy to help, and recommended the headsman start with a gentle mare. But the brute was a prideful Nord, and insisted on riding the meanest, nastiest stallion of the bunch. The stable hand, a bit agitated and weary, walked him over to a steed, and vouched for its wildness. For weeks the headsman trained, until he was confident that he could ride without assistance. So, one day, to prove he could ride as well as any man, he challenged a few of the guards to a race. Only when he trotted out his steed to the starting line, the entire city fell to their knees with laughter. For the stable hand had not given the headsman a horse, but a donkey. It was fear, plain and simple. I was at the Sleeping Giant when I got approached by 2 shifty folk with hoods covering their eyes. The first one sits beside me and buys me a drink, while the other stands in the corner. He goes, "I hear you're the man to see about a horse." I tell him, "Sure, my lord, I am." He tells me he needs 2. One for him and one for his sweetheart. I'm guessing a Breton girl by the size of her. The Breton made me real nervous, always whipping her head round to see if anyone was looking. But it was her hands that caught my eye. She had calluses tough as a goat hide, and all the dirt in Skyrim under those fingernails. She wasn't built like no adventurer, and she wasn't some college mage living in the city either, if you catch my meaning. I think she was a witch. Yes, my lord, I figured that's why they needed me, since I used to work the stables for the Ashwoods near Helgen. Except the gate was too heavily guarded. Falkreath was off the main road, but safer for a witch, I take it. Well, truth is, I was so sore at the Ashwoods, I probably would have stolen the horses for free. But that's no way to make a living. I told the boy I only needed one other rider. The girl could wait for us by Peakshade Tower, and I'd collect the rest of my fee there. Except when the job was done, it wasn't the boy waiting for me at the clearing. It was the witch.
Ну, ведьма и ведьма, чё бы
The
быть-то?
whole ride west, I had that hag raven at my back, with all kinds of bad thoughts running around in my head. I don't know what it was that set me off. Maybe it was just the wind, but I laid my heels into that horse and rode as hard as I could into the city. Didn't take long for the guards to figure out the horse wasn't mine. But by Ysmir's beard, at least I'm alive.
Wait, this mage's name, was it Jocelyn?
As a matter of fact, milady, I think it was. You're not acquainted with her, are you?
She's my sister.
Oh, pardon my language, milady. If it's any consolation, I'm sure she made it to Cyrodiil.
Somehow I doubt that. My girls were waiting for her there for quite some time.
И давно она там сидела.
Evidently, the snowstorm brought her back, and with it, my property. Now don't give me that look, girl. I don't care if your sister lives or dies. Meaning I'm more than willing to let her live. If it saves me the trouble of dealing with you. I simply want what is rightfully mine.
And what is that exactly?
Girl, this is hardly the place to talk of such things. Come to the graveyard. At least the dead share no secrets.
I don't like this one bit. Jocelyn would not steal. Right, leave it to my savior to put things into perspective. Yes, we should only trust her as far as we can throw her. My arms are quite tired. Ready to move? Alright.
Погнали, посмотрим, что она хочет нам сказать. Ну что, пойдем на кладбище или как? Ну что, побежала? Побежала. Только я не помню, где тут кладбище. А, вот оно. Секунду. Так, продолжаем.
Когда-то бог Аркейн был таким же, как мы, был связан с мертвым
Где
долей.
Зора?
Но он добровольно отказался от его существования, чтобы мы могли лучше понять превратности жизни и смерти.
А, вот.
Приливы и отливы, этой великой волны.
I don't like it here. There's too many
И
bugs.
в конце концов, покой. Да познает дух Лавинии и всех тех, кто покинул сей скорбный мир, желанный покой Эфира. И да будет дано нам однажды воссоединиться с ними навечно.
So, you're Jocelyn's sister. She never talked much about you. But the girl never talked much at all. I thought she was a sodding mute. Which was good. I tire of young people and the endless flapping of their tongues. She made for the perfect apprentice.
Jocelyn would never join a coven. Something must have happened.
That's another thing about you young people. You think you know everything. So arrogant. For your information, your sister joined our coven and was otherwise happy until her greed got the best of her. Of course, it was only a matter of time before I caught the traitor, which is why she escaped into the very crystal she stole.
What do you mean? What crystal?
My, you're stupid. And ugly. The crystal is the property I was referring to earlier.
But this is not the time for petty insults, Witch. How did she escape into a crystal?
Young people. So impatient. The crystal is a key. A portal to another plane of existence. The legends say it would transport you to a paradise of eternal youth. Naturally, for someone of my years, this seemed like an attractive prospect. The devil is in the wording, of course. Eternal youth indeed. It's a curse. Anyone who enters the plane turns into a child. A child of body. And a child of mind. God knows I warned the stupid girl. But young people just do not listen. In any case, the only way to revive the crystal's power is to remove the soul inside it. Thus, our goals are one and the same.
Where can we find this crystal?
My girls tracked her to Bloodlet Throne, which means she ran from my coven right into a castle full of vampires.
Ну шикарно, чё?
Sometimes I wonder if your sister is no ordinary fool, but the kind of fool so foolish that her name should be carved on the tree of all creation. As in, Jocelyn Fairchild, the mother of all fools.
All right, Witch. You can call me what you wish, but I've had about enough of you bad-mouthing Jocelyn.
That would not be wise if you wish to see your dear sister.
Fine, but try anything funny and I won't hesitate to take your head. I'm sorry for that display, my Jarl. I know you're not used to seeing me angry. I'm not used to it either. But when I talk to that hag... My hero is kind, always thinking of his companion. I will do my best to not let her words hurt me. We need her alive. And I suppose she's at least honest. I will try to see the good qualities in her, at least until Jocelyn is safe. Then we can cut her off her head. The word. Now I jest. Still, if the hag is alive, I do not know if Jocelyn can ever be safe. Is killing her the right thing? If at some point I know, I will tell you. Maybe a secret sign is not such a bad idea. How about if I scratch my ear? Nah, it may actually be itchy. How about if I say, I am hungry for a goat roast? Yeah, that will be the signal.
What are you two idiots babbling on about? Let's get going.
Да так, ничего. Ну, давайте попробуем отсюда. Какие воспоминания о Гленмориле? Потом надо будет поспать, а то что-то я подустал. О, привет. Что у нас тут? Ничего пока что интересного. У нас, между прочим, дела есть. О, кстати, изменили эмблемку для Кровавого Трона. Что происходит? Что за звуки? Мне страшно. Помогите. А, ловушка. Капец, что вы такое? Ох, блин. А, блин.
Never mind. Target dummies don't talk as much as you do. And your face is carved up like a bloody whetstone.
Эти два черта сейчас оживут. А, только один. Ну, ладушки. Это мы забираем. Конфискуем все, чем здесь можно вылечиться.
что-нибудь есть?
Вам показалось, парни. Меня тут... Нюх, ё-моё.
Не страшно умирать. Все, больше ничего не умеешь?
Лежать. Блин. А, стоп, нет, это сохранение.
Я убью тебя!
That was a good workout.
Жалкая блоха!
Ой, здорово.
Снега да погла.
Блин, что-то она жесткая.
Царапина!
Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй. Ауч.
Ждет тебя.
Выкуси.
You're stronger with each fight. At least I like to think so.
Where did you get all those scars anyway?
It's none of your business, witch.
You're right. You know what is my business? Getting my crystal back. If you can't do that, I'll add another stripe to your collection.
А, стоп, я же могу поспать. Я думаю, они не будут против. Если я слегка вздремну у них в кровати. Сейчас как оживят, да?
Неважно. Этот глупец будет следующим номером программы.
Не стоит.
Так, этот придурок натурально вниз спустился, что ли? Капец. Что-то он жесткий. Где он? Почему я получаю дамаг сейчас? Ауч. Чё-то маги какие-то жесткие. Что бы мне ему противопоставить? Где он стоит? Вот он. Блин, он свалил.
Не для того я столько живу, чтобы пасть на руки.
Зора, кстати, неплохо справляется. Он меня спалил, да?
You win. I submit. Mercy.
Не для того я столько живу.
Давно я такого не говорил, но мы здесь надолго.
I submit.
Не было сомнений.
Так, черти сейчас побегут ко мне, да?
Думаешь, у тебя есть шанс?
Могу сражаться.
Я тебя с таким удовольствием убью.
You have not won yet. Gap. I submit.
Блин, Skyrim, не лагай, пожалуйста. Он сейчас вылетит, да? Сейчас. Продолжаем.
Думаешь, у тебя есть шанс? Пощады!
Твою мать.
You will? I submit.
Кто меня дамажит? Блин.
Пощады!
Твою мать.
Зачем трепыхаться? Твоя кровь живая.
Какой же он жесткий.
Я выпью тебя до смерти.
Типа, не буду лукавить, я ожидал легкую прогулку. Ох, ни хрена его продамажило.
Проклятие, где же ты? От меня не спрятаться.
Ай-яй-яй. Надо, короче, его как-то застаночить, чтобы он кастовать не смог. Ну, у него плащ, который и так меня сильно дамажит.
Все еще могу сражаться.
Умри, умри, умри. Умер. О, блин. Ну и придурок. А, понятно. Возьмем, возьмем. Пользоваться мы этим, конечно, не
Is
будем.
that the crystal?
Of course it's the crystal. I didn't come all this way to watch you fools tangle with bloodsuckers. What did you say?
Зор, по-моему, что-то у тебя не так.
I think I might be getting hungry.
Better you stay that way. A girl your size could stand to lose a few pounds. Now, you both stand still. I'll use the old magic to send you both inside the crystal. As for what you'll find inside, it's anyone's guess. Young people are idiots. Children even more so. Maybe that's what makes the crystal so appealing. They say ignorance is bliss. Well, guess what? It also means you're ignorant. You two want to say any last words to each other before we do this? Well, too bad. In you go.
Что она? Ладно. Anyway.
Jocelyn?
Welcome to Zora's Field, sister.
Sister, you made this for me?
Remember that time Mother said it was too warm to go sledding? And I cried, and you cried. And then Father got the idea to throw cotton all over the house instead. Then you said we should plant cotton all over the tundra so that we never have a day without snow.
I remember, sister. Every day.
Well, here we are, Zora. This is our home. We never have to leave. We never have to cry.
Justin,
Come on, sister. Let's go play.
It was so warm that winter. Riverwood didn't see an ounce of snow. It all seems so foolish now when Skyrim is so cold. The truth is I never really cared much for snow. I loved bright colors. I only pouted because it meant so much to her. And maybe a part of me wanted to be that sister again. The one who pretended to care about nothing, to protect the things that meant everything. That day we met, I lied to you. I was on my way to the tundra, but it wasn't for Zora's Field. It was always for Jocelyn. Now I know why she joined that coven. It was all for this. She wanted to be a child again. She wanted that feeling of home, but in a place where all the bad memories don't exist. Somewhere far away from Riverwood. I know. As much as it hurts me to say this, none of this is real. Just give me a moment to talk to her.
Do you see it, sister? Do you see the snow?
Jocelyn, dear. I know at times I've been a bad sister. I should have been there for you when all I cared about was myself. But I know you're sorry for what happened that day. This field, this place.
Секунду.
You want to go back to those days when all...
Я вернулся, простите.
You want to go back to those days when all our memories were beautiful. But sister, can't. As much as we treasure them, those days are gone. So is every day we grew apart. I love you, Justin. Please come home.
No! I'm not leaving. You aren't leaving. You're not my real sister. You're someone else.
Иммунка к огню. Всем добра и иммунки к огню. Ну, кстати, немножко пробивает, но я очень быстро регенерирую. А соль я, кстати, заберу.
Jocelyn!
Благодарю за огонь. Ну чё, встала? Пошли.
Zora?
Don't worry, sister, I'm here.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be.
Give me a moment. I can take us home. Our real home.
Alright, when you're ready. Jocelyn, are you okay? Can you walk?
I'm fine, sister. Thank you.
Are you sure, girl? Are you sure you aren't better off crawling around like a newborn babe? Isn't that the life you prefer?
Marigoth? Zora, what's going on?
Don't worry, my foolish apprentice. Your whetstone of a sister hasn't betrayed you. You're the only traitor here. All I want is what's mine.
Suddenly I'm feeling hungry for some goat roast.
Goat roast? It seems like the crystal has warped your companion's mind, but that's not my concern. Give me the crystal. What? None of you are making any sense. You give me my crystal now.
Stronger with each fight. You say like you think so?
Ну, в общем-то, как-то так.
I just want to thank you. I know I tease you, calling you my liege and my theme, but on this day you were all that and more. You were not just my companion, my savior, and my hero. You were a true friend. First we will go home to Riverwood. And then who knows? Gossiping, bickering, throwing dinnerware. All the stuff sisters do. Yes, I do not like judging people by the first impression, but Marigoth was at her 20th and nothing seemed to change. It was a perfect end to a wonderful day. Zora's field was beautiful, wasn't it? Oh, it will always be for her, but that is our little secret. It will be Zora's field until it's ready, which means I still have much to do. Let us hope this time I can make it through Brutal Shin Pass without getting caught by a necromancer. If not, I'm sure my hero will come fetch me.
Sister, I think I'm ready to leave now.
Okay, then the three of us will go together.
3 of us?
Oh, I haven't introduced you to my companion.
Sister, I'll see you in Riverwood.
She's very shy.
Ну что ж, если вы здесь впервые, вы можете подписаться на канал, поставить лайк, нажать на колокольчик. А меня зовут Веритас. Всем до новых встреч. Всем пока-пока-пока.